I got several replays here today. Ended up going on a 7-win streak in King of Games with Infinitrax. This first duel, we are going up against Infernoids. We do open the Book of Moon to dodge any potential Decatrons. He does open up with the limited 2 Void Banishment and set the Void Feast. We are going to summon Anchor Drill. He did not activate Void Feast in the draw phase or standby phase, so we get our Anchor Drill effect. Decatron is actually going to send the one that negates a spell or trap. Whether or not he doesn't play 2 Deviati or it's already in his hand, I'm not sure. That allows us to Book of Moon safely the Decatron to allow our Outrigger plays later on. We're going to rank up into Earth Slicer now to destroy 2 of his cards. And this actually leaves him in an unfortunate predicament, because now we're going to rank up into Lead. And when we activate Lead's effects, we will boost up to 6,000. And because his monster is in attack position, he is unfortunately taking lethal, no matter what. And that is game 1. This next game, we're going up against an interesting matchup against Phantom Knights. Normally, Phantom Knight players will set up the turn 1 Requiem and pass, potentially some back row, but he plays it a little differently. Whether or not he does the play he's about to do because he's thinking I'm playing a certain deck of Paradox Brothers, I'm not sure. He used the Phantom Knight to get a draw 1 by sending Cloak to the graveyard. Cloak will then get a search. He's going to go do his Leviaire plays. And he's going to bring back a level 4 monster, so he has 2 4s on the field to be able to summon an Abyss Dweller. Whether or not, like I said, because he saw me using Paradox Brothers, if he thought I was something else that was graveyard heavy that he was hoping to disrupt my plays, I'm not sure. But we can easily play around an Abyss Dweller, and we're going to do just that. Book of Moon is the Anchor Drill, but Book of Moon is easily the work around disruption that Infinitrax can play around. So we're going to go to Trencher, link up. The reason I link up here is to, when I banish a monster from my graveyard with Crab Crane, I don't want it to be Trencher or Anchor. I want to save them for potential follow-up plays, and the link is the much better option to banish. And now we're going to go into our Smasher plays. Use our Outrigger extension to go into Earth Slicer. Use Earth Slicer to pop the 2 monsters, forcing him to use his back row card, because if he doesn't, he won't have a target unless he draws a monster next turn, which means then he can't get his trap card into the graveyard to make a special summon. So it forces him, and then we can then attack the monster that was protected and suck it up as material. He is going to get 2 monsters to potentially do some plays, but we have the Book of Moon to stop that. And then Earth Slicer will finish up here, getting rid of his monsters, and then ranking up into Lead for a game. And of course, he is no cards in hand, no cards in field, so we have absolutely no worry. We could have done some other plays, brought back a monster through Trencher, linked off, done a bunch of searching, but no point when we know there's absolutely nothing we can do at this point. That is game. Alright, I believe this next game, yes, it's against the brand new Dark Magician and their support. This was probably the more interesting game. I do make some misplays in here because as much as I do enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! And Duel Links, there is still a lot of interaction that I'm never too sure of, and I like to test out to see what works and what doesn't. You can let me know in the comments when we get to that section what the ruling is to get a better understanding. So we open up the 1-card combo. We just have the Harvester. Thankfully, we did get a Book of Moon in our starting hand, so we will be guaranteed 2 forms of disruption, along with having a untargetable and indestructible Smasher on board. Not much to say here. We're just going through the motions right now. A lot of times when you end your turn, you want to have your Smasher in attack position to disrupt monster plays, but as we know, we're going up against Dark Magician. We want to leave our Smasher in defense position to get a spin turn to be able to pop a spell or trap. Obviously, Circle is a great target to pop, and we're more than likely going to see it in the Dark Magician matchup, so that's what we do. And being able to boost up to 3100 attack when we do get switched to attack position, make sure that nothing normally can swing over it from a standard Dark Magician deck unless they have the Apprentice Illusion already in hand. But you're going to see he's got pretty much every out imaginable to clear my board. You saw him pick up the MST there off of the Duality. So he is going to be able to get rid of Outrigger Extension. Now my monster is targetable. Now I wouldn't have been worried about the Magical Dimension and popping my monster because I am still attached with Goliath, but he also had the Book of Moon, which means now I am destructible. This is the misplay here. I Book of Moon his spellcaster there, the Conjurer, thinking that if he didn't control a spellcaster like the magic card needed it to, I thought maybe it would disrupt it, but clearly it didn't. But thankfully, we do have the follow-up play to summon a monster, link off, and then bring our Xyz monsters back. And we search for Tunneler, so we can actually get a draw 2 effect. Get us back in here because we are lagging in card advantage right now. Tunneler is going to send back 5 cards in order to draw 2. This is great for recycling your Goliaths to have more revive plays for games that last longer, like this one does. He top decks the Circle, and because of his skill, he can normal summon Dark Magician. I'm going to Book of Moon that, only because it stops him from getting his skill to search the Quick Play Fusion spell. Fortunately, top Anchor, which doesn't allow us to do anything. He's going to top deck MST, get rid of our heavy forward. He gets the spell now, but thankfully we are still safe for another turn. And we do draw into heavy forward, which gets us our ideal play. And as we're doing these plays, I'm noticing that one back row is not, there's no delays. So I'm feeling very confident for going for game here right now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Earth Slicer, pop his Dark Magician in the back row, and thanks to Trencher, we can bring back a monster, link it off, and go for game. And that's the great thing about Trencher. It's so versatile, allowing us to make our plays, and also allow us to go for game with either an Earth Slicer on field or a boosted one-time Smasher to give us that 4k damage. This next match, it's an Ojama match. He's using a lot of Thunder Dragons. I don't know if it's pure Thunder Dragons with maybe Levy in the air or not. I've seen a lot of people using Dark Arm Dragon with the Ojamas, but I'm not sure if that's what this was meant to be or not. But either way, he's going to do his plays here, and he's going to end on a board with Crocodile, which gives him a quick effect, target, and destroy. Unfortunately, that's all the disruption he has, and we do have several ways to make our plays with this hand, so one form of disruption is not going to stop us. So he pops the heavy forward, denying us our search there, but we're going to Harvester, get a search, and we have Trencher already in hand. So now we can go into Stormer, and we are going to send Trencher and Anchor Drill to the graveyard, allowing us to Trencher, special summon Anchor, get Anchor's effect to bring out the Outrigger, banish, get the Outrigger extension. Now we're just going to link off into Earth Slicer, clear off his field. That's pretty much game. I am going to play it out, since I still don't know what that one card in his hand is, and I'm very much a proponent of playing it out if there's any chance that the opponent could have something, whether that's Kite-Roid or White Princess or something. So we are going to go all the way to lead, have our untargetable, indestructible 6k on the field. Not a very easy target to out. So that is that game. We have one more game. This one is against a Blue Eyes player using a Playmaker. Not exactly sure what his end goal strategy was. Unfortunately, he gets kind of unlucky with his opening hand. It's pretty much all Blue Eyes. But thankfully we open up with our usual 2-card combo, allowing us to do our Beatrice plays, and on a Smasher that's both untargetable and indestructible, along with a spin turn, giving us 2 forms of destruction in both the spin turn and the Beatrice being able to send Farfa from our deck to banish a monster. I will note that sometimes when you're doing this play, it can be advantageous to, when Goliath activates its effect, to come back and attach itself to an Xyz monster. Sometimes you want to attach that to Beatrice instead of Stormer. That way you actually have a Beatrice effect on your opponent's turn, and another immediate quick effect Beatrice send on your turn in case your opponent tries to do something. And that way you can Beatrice quick effect send the Goliath and a Trencher, ensuring that Trencher is in the grave to bring back a Harvester, get searching, get linking off, and doing all kinds of plays. And that's good if you didn't top deck a monster when you draw on the following turn. So here he's going to do a lot of summoning of level 8s, which does have me a bit worried. He's going to pop spin turn. I'm going to pop one of his Blue Eyes. He sends back his Blue Eyes to his hand because he actually ends up having an alternative in hand too. Here he's going to pop a monster, and I debate whether to use Farfa or send Trencher to get the guaranteed follow-up play. Because I know if he were to Xyz off, he wouldn't be able to quite finish me off, because he'd have to deal with Outrigger first, and then my Smasher isn't poppable by the Blade Cipher, so we'd have to attack. So that's what we do, and we're guaranteed our Xyz summons and revives now, and we're able to get off an Earth Slicer play. And we know his last card in hand is a Blue Eyes, so we're safely able to actually just go straight to lead, keep all the materials detached from the Earth Slicer to get 3 attacks off, making sure that we'll be able to go for game over his 3000 attack Blue Eyes and clear his board. That's that. We get 3 attacks at 6k. This link off was kind of pointless. I don't know sure why I did it, but we did it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the videos. I hope you found them insightful, and any questions, feel free to leave them below, and I'll do my best to get to them. Thanks.